RGV Music. Let's go. It's the McAllenite podcast where you can find out how to support RGV Music over the weekend, all within your Friday morning drive. Find out what shows and events you can check out, which new music to stream, and at the end, we'll speak with a band that's been making a splash with their new single. Here's Violetta with Year of the Horse. That was Violetta with Year of the Horse. All right, let's get into the shows and events portion of the podcast before we get into the new music. All right, let's start with March Metal Madness, happening Saturday at the Flying Walrus. We got a lot of Saturday shows, by the way. $15 gets you 16 bands on 2 stages. Some of them are out-of-town bands, but we got a lot of locals as well, such as Monodyssey, The Ghost of Us, Quiet Ghosts, and more. Also in downtown McAllen on Saturday, $7 at the Gremlin, you got Angels of Suicide, The Polybius Cabinet, love that name, and The Lavender Marriage. So check that out, downtown McAllen Saturday, 2 different shows, 2 different venues, pretty great night. You can hop from one to the other if you like. In Harlingen at the Hop Shop, we got a free show, and the lineup is Love is Stronger Than Death, The Vens, Sunny Days, and my favorite in the lineup, Theta Jane, who has a unique bass-first approach to the music. Theta Jane is known for not just her live band shows, but her solo shows where she does looping. And she's really great, making the bass guitar the most prominent instrument in the set. So something different, something unique. She has a real love for the craft. So check that out if you're in the area. We also have some non-musical events at 707 Coffee House today. There's a $5 Tekken 8 tournament. Bring your own controller. So if you're not in the mood to go to a show, want something different, Tekken 8, 707 Coffee House. They've always been a great supporter of local music, hosting shows there all the time. So don't be afraid to show them some love. Head out there if you're in the area as well. Also happening today in Harlingen at the Hop Shop is a free comedy show. It's a pretty big lineup. I'm surprised it's free. No reason to not go. Nothing to lose. Pretty big lineup. You're bound to become a fan of at least one of them. I've seen some of these names before here and there, such as Joseph Soto, Emma Gomez, and more. If you're out there, some free events, both Friday and Saturday. So I hope to see you all out there this weekend. All right, let's get to the new music portion. All right, first up, we have a bedroom indie EP called You Did It by Saint Naive. It's got lo-fi warmth, a lot of heart, great instrumentation. It's quirky, sobering, and profound. Love it. All right, we also have a new metal single by Quiet Ghosts called Creeper. It is indeed creeping, it's ominous, has good arrangement, good vocals for both screaming and singing. Metal's not really my thing, but I found this to be a fairly enjoyable listen. It's just great overall. I really recommend it. Last up is a dark wave single called As I Bleed by Temptrix. It's got a beat that's simple and dancey. It kind of has an 80s sexiness to it. It also has layer upon layer of haunting atmosphere, puts you in a dark trance. Simply beautiful. Can't recommend it enough. All right, let's get to the interview portion of the show. This band has a great shoegaze sound. It's gloomy, blurry, but also blissful and euphoric. They have a heaviness, density, and angst that they do equally well in the studio and on stage. I spoke with 2 of their members. Here is Violetta. All right. Well, welcome, guys. First off, what do you want everyone to know about Violetta?
That we're loud.
Loud?
Yeah, we're pretty loud.
Loud. Yeah, I suppose that's a good word for it. It is very dense. The guitars, the way they stack up on each other.
Yeah.
You got that chorus effect, and it's all, yeah, it adds to the density of it all. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask, you guys built a pretty quick, sizable following off of 2 singles, but I also see that you guys played a lot of shows too. How'd that work? Not having like the singles, but you had a lot of activity on the stage.
From the get-go, we've just known that we like playing live. We just decided, like, let's just play as much as we can and then record when we get the chance. I think now we're focusing a little more on the recording side of things, getting things out there. But yeah, we're just coming off of, or I guess in 2025, from the beginning of the year till now, it's been like a show every weekend. And then right now, tomorrow we're taking off to Austin for, it's like an unofficial South by Southwest show by CMTY. So that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, just playing as many shows as we can, having a lot of fun.
That's great to hear. I haven't been able to catch you guys live. I haven't been too active out there. It's great to see that activity still going on. Thinking of coming out to that show for next month on the 12th.
Yeah, dude, you should come out. Gonzo's pretty popular. Shout out Cannon. It's really awesome that you interviewed him too. They're really good friends of ours.
Oh wow, yeah, and you're playing with them, right?
Yeah, we played with them quite a bit. Yeah, they're good friends of ours.
That's another band that they're great on in the studio, but they're even better live. Like that's their bread and butter. Like that's what they take pride in, their live presence. So that's great to hear. So how do you guys separate your live sound from your studio sound? What's different?
Well, there, I don't believe that there's any separation. I believe that we try and encapsulate what we do live into the recording process, at least the best that we can.
That's good to hear because I really like what I hear in the studio. So
And everything that we've pretty much recorded ourselves. So it's a whole learning process in terms of the recording aspect.
recordings sound great. I mean, there's so much there's like a huge wall of sound to it that you got to balance just right, and even you capture the mood just right. It sounds both gloomy but blissful at the same time. So you had that kind of have that
That's
balance.
awesome.
I love to hear that kind of dichotomy to it.
Shout out our homie Ian. He's the one. He's our engineer. He fixed everything up for us, made it sound listenable.
But you did a really great job. I'm really loving this, and you have you kind of have. I mean, it's only two singles, but you kind of seem to have your sound kind of figured out already. But you also seem to have like your visuals kind of figured out as well. I mean, both have like album art that are have that blurry, almost bokeh photography to it.
Yeah.
Also, you have
Mhm.
that black and amber color scheme to it, so it kind of feels either late night or super early morning. That kind of dreamy, kind of surrealism to it. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
It gives you guys kind of a mystique too. It's the first time I'm actually seeing your faces. You know, you kind of have a mystique to your online presence as well.
Yeah, I think that's unintentional. I just don't think we're very social media present people.
Don't know.
We're we're not from the big city. We're actually from like the countryside, so we're not very like out there, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay, I thought that was part of your aesthetic, but I see it just comes naturally. Yeah,
Nah.
because even like
Yeah.
the vocals sound very ghostly as well. So yeah, I thought you guys kind of had like a mysterious kind of quality that was intentional, but
No, I can see how it comes off that way,
yeah.
but no, yeah, we're just homebodies.
Yeah, I mean, you guys say you're very like you're from the countryside and you're not used to putting yourself out there like this, but no, you guys you're naturals, man.
Thank you.
Any like EPs, full releases, music videos you all are planning?
I guess for the future, we do have not a full release, but we have an EP coming out. And then we've got a couple things in the works right now that I don't want to get too into detail about just because they're not too set in stone. Yeah, we've got a pretty packed out 2025. It's going to be pretty eventful for us.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. All right, so any last words, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to RGV. We love the RGV. Shout out to all of our homies. Shout out Cannon. Shout out Blanket. Shout out Blair. Shout out Ritual. There's too many names to shout out, but I love all of my friends.
Straight up, too.
For real.
All right, great conversation with those guys. Big thanks to them. Catch them at the Kraken Lounge in Brownsville, April 12, or if you're in Austin today, catch them at Sunny's Backyard. Big thanks to all of you for being a listener and supporter of RGV Music. I hope to see you out there this weekend. Until next week on the McAllenite Podcast.